Okay. Aaliyah was using cotton balls to create clouds in science class. The table below shows the number of clouds and the number of cotton balls needed to make the clouds. Based on the relationship, highlight or circle that. That's your main idea, relationship. Shown in the table, which statement is true? So if we look at our table, cotton balls, clouds. Cotton balls is bigger than clouds. So if we go from cotton balls to clouds, is it getting bigger or smaller?
Smaller.
What operations do we do for smaller, Carson?
Subtraction or division.
Subtraction or division. If we went from clouds to cotton balls, okay?
Bigger.
Bigger. So what would we use? Times and addition. All right, so let's do the easier one where we go smaller to bigger. So if we went from 3 to 9, what are we adding to 3 to get to 9? Avery, plus 6. If we are using multiplication, what do we multiply 3 by to get to 9, Nicholas? 3. All right, so we're going to test these relationships with the rest of our numbers. So starting with plus 6 and this 5 number of clouds. So 5 plus 6 is what, everybody? 11, not 15. So guess what? 6 is out. Let's do times 3. If 3 times 3 is 9, is 5 times 3 15? Yes. It checks out. Is 6 times 3 18?
Yes.
Is 8 times 3 24?
Yes.
This is the easiest one. Is 10 times 3 30?
Yes.
Yes. So, we know we're looking for a times 3 or divided by 3 relationship because the inverse going this way would be divided by 3, right? This way is times 3, this way is divided by 3. So if we look at our answer choices, we have 6 times, 9 times, 3 times, and 10 times. Is there an answer glaring at you right now?
Yes.
What would it be?
3 times.
C, because it's the only one that has 3 times. Even if it was the inverse and it was 3 divided by, it still wouldn't be 6, 9, or 3. So let's check and make sure C is correct. There are 3 times as many cotton balls as clouds. Yes, that's true. And the rest don't have the correct relationship. The next one is the choir practice and student council. The table below shows the relationship between the dates students attend choir practice and student council meetings in the month of January. What is the relationship between choir practice and student council meetings? So choir practice to student council meetings. It's getting bigger from 7 to 14. So Addison, what are we going to use if we get bigger? Plus or times. Okay. So Addie says plus 7. Is 7 plus 7 14?
Yes.
What do you multiply 7 by to get to 14? How? 2. So let's try 9. What's 9 plus 7? 16. Oh, that checks out. What's 9 times 2? 18. It's wrong. So 2's out. So we got plus 7 is 16. What's 11 plus 7? What? 18. What is 19 plus 7, everybody? 26. So let's over here write our relationship. Choir practice plus 7 equals student council meetings. So if we did the inverse, student council to choir practice this way, what would it be? Student council
Subtraction and division.
minus 7 equals choir practice. The reason why I wanted to write down both of the relationships is when I looked down here at my answer choices, I noticed that they all started on the student council side. So we knew this relationship was plus 7, but we had to know that this relationship going back would have to be minus 7. So if I look at my answer choices, they all start at student council, and here's our relationships right here. Plus 7 minus 2 minus 7 plus 2. If we start at student council, our relationship is minus 7, which is right here, equals choir practice. There it is. All right, on the full sheet strip, Walgreens sold 3 candy bars for $1. Which table represents the number of candy bars that it would be sold for different numbers of dollars? On this one, we need to make sure we know how many candy bars we would get for dollars. $1, let's write it up here. Let's just make a little note to ourselves. If you had $1, how many candy bars could you get? 3. If you had $2, how many candy bars could you get? $1 gets you 3. Another dollar gets you 3 more, right?
6.
So you would have 6. Oh, I'm sorry. 3 plus 3. 6. If you have $3, that's 3 for the first dollar, 3 for the next dollar, and 3 for the last dollar. 9. So when I go from 1 to 3, what am I doing here? Remember, we don't care about this relationship going this way. We want to know what the relationship is going this way. It's getting bigger, Nicholas, so what can I do? Multiply by 3? Okay, let's see. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. That's right. So times 3, or what would be the additive solution here? What would we add to 1 to get to 3? Addie? Plus 2. 1 plus 2 is 3, yes. 2 plus 2 is 4, so not plus 2 for sure. So we need a times 3 relationship from dollars to candy bars. Here's dollars, here's candy bars. So it needs to be times 3 going this way. We have to check all of our answer choices. Is 1 times 3, 3? Yes. Is 2 times 3, 4? No. A's out. Look at B. 3 times 3 is 1? No. I automatically knew that one was wrong because this relationship right here should have been this first relationship right here. But it didn't work out that way. B's out. 3 times 3 is 9, not 1. Alright, here we go. 1 times 3 is 3, check. 2 times 3 is 6, check. 4 times 3 is 12. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. 5 times 3 is 15?
Yes.
Oh, look. That might be our answer. Finally, D. 3 times 3 is 1? No. C was our answer. Alright, if we look at the table, let's look at the relationship going from bikes to skateboards. It's getting bigger, so we can add or multiply. Chris, what would I add to 3 to get to 6? Chris? 3. Plus 3. What would I multiply 3 by to get to 6, Eliana? 2. So it's either plus 3 or times 2. Let's try 5. 5 plus 3 is 8.
Yes.
5 times 2 is 10, not 8. So times 2 is out. Now plus 3 is our relationship. Plus 3 equals 8. Plus 3 equals 11. They check out. So let's look at our relationship sentences. The number of bikes plus 3 equals the number of skateboards. That's the relationship going from bikes to skateboards. Make sure you've written it there. There are blank skateboards than bikes. Are there more skateboards or less skateboards? Look at the numbers again. There's more skateboards. How many more?
3.
There's 3 more skateboards than bikes. Now the bottom sentence says the number of skateboards blank equals the number of bikes. That means we're going this way. So if this way is plus 3, what would that way be?
Minus 3.
-3. So the number of skateboards minus 3 equals the number of bikes.